You know, if you got a kid that is in high school thinking about college, this is a really challenging time for trying to figure out careers. I don't know when the world has ever been this turbulent. Maybe when we started the Industrial Revolution and we're moving from farming to people moving into the cities and doing jobs like that. But artificial intelligence is really going to change the game. And if your kid thinks they're going into a profession, I would really encourage you to have them look at how they can AI proof their job or make sure it's not something that can easily be done by AI. Because could you imagine graduating with a degree and then you realize, oh, wait a minute, that career doesn't even exist anymore?
Oh, that happens all the time.
Yeah, my field now has AI doing all the work and none of the people are needed.
The robots are coming for our jobs, and they're coming for our women.
Yes, it might be. Can you imagine that? Your robot takes everything. It's got your job. It's got your gal.
I think that's what's happening. I
Yeah.
think it's happening at an alarming rate. With every year that goes on, it like triples in speed.
Yeah. Well, now Bill Gates, a guy who made his money in the computer world at Microsoft, is predicting that artificial intelligence is going to replace humans at most jobs over the next 10 years. A decade?
I kind of can see what he's saying.
10 years. A decade.
Dude, look how many people are. Look at every industry AI is going into.
Yeah.
Do we want to sit and let the robots do it? Or do we want to still stay relevant?
Yeah, it is alarming of some of the fields where you'd say, yeah, we could actually replace a human doing that job. And the one thing that shocked me the most, and thank God it's still not good, but when they said, yeah, we can do AI DJs, air talent, and now they have that. Luckily, it's not great right now because they're typically monotone, not real exciting. But they have actually AI morning shows now. It's mainly news and information, but it's completely a computer that is just regurgitating the news in a human voice.
Good luck trying to duplicate this.
Yeah, you're right. You cannot be duplicated by anything.
AI proof, baby.
Yeah. Honestly, that is really it. I would just say today, take a little time. How can you AI proof your career? And if you're going into a career, say, okay, in 10 years after I get this degree, will I have a job and will it be a career field?
It does seem like a movie, though, doesn't it? Where
really
it's
does.
us versus them.
Yeah.
It's really horrifying.
Well, the things that got my attention was two fields that Bill Gates named specifically that he believes will be replaced by AI and robots in the next 10 years. Doctors and teachers.
My doctor that was working with my hip, he said a few years ago they came up with this robotic arm, and it's got such precision when it comes to hitting what it needs to hit.
Yeah.
The ratio is unbelievable for success.
He's surgically precise.
Yeah,
the robot is precise. People aren't.
He's there to kind of oversee it, but it's gonna get to a point where all right, human, get out of here. You're making me.
I think what you realistically start to see is you probably will have robots doing a majority of the surgeries, and then instead of needing whole ER teams to go in there and do the procedure, what used to be maybe 4 humans can now be down to 1 or less, or maybe you had 12 humans in 3 different rooms, and now you have 1 just observing all 3.
What would you prefer? A realistic AI doctor coming out to tell you in a kind way that you just lost your loved one, or would you want a human to come out there and do that?
Definitely a human.
Definitely a human, but what if AI was so good, you go,
Oddly enough, I want a human that's using AI. I want the human approach to talk to me, to deliver whatever news it might be. But I have heard that the results, and there's so many stories, I'm always reading, gosh, man, AI got that right, AI got that right. The doctors couldn't figure it out, and they did some biopsy, and the AI, and they're like going, that is blah, 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 and the humans missed it.
Well, you're not only competing with people in your field, you're now competing against the robots who are better.
I just don't know when you got a computer brain like the AI does, and it can cross-reference, let's say, every doctor's analysis of a certain, biopsy.
Them war dogs, them war robot dogs, Virginia.
I know, I've seen them.
They go through fire.
They're horrifying.
That's about the only profession where I'm like, I'm kind of cool with AI and robots taking over. If that's going to be the thing, having drones and robot dogs going in and saving human lives, that's all good.
It is crazy. There was that one drone firing at the dog, the robot dogs firing at the drone. It looked like some space movie.
Yeah. Well, I think about, when Bill Gates says that over the next 10 years, teachers are going to be replaced by AI. What would the classroom look like? What would it be? And would you just have humans to be there to try to maintain discipline or talk one-on-one as counselors when kids need that? And instead they just kind of like little robots themselves parade into a room and then the lights come up, the doors lock, and the presentation begins?
We're in a weird spot because we grew up with both worlds, and that's why we're going, what's happening? You know, if you grew up in all this, I don't think this freaks you out.
Maybe not. Maybe not. But, I think the big question is, okay, well then, how do you create jobs? If Bill Gates says that over the next 10 years, AI is going to take over most human jobs, including doctors and teachers, what is left? He says the professions that will thrive are computer coders, energy experts, and biologists.
And then he took off his human mask and slithered like a lizard man.
He unzipped his head, and we saw his lizard face. Oh my gosh!
Right.
The reptilians are here.
There you go. So I don't know what the future jobs are, but I would definitely consider and take some time and think, saying, okay, how can AI do my job, and how do I AI-proof my career and my profession?
It sounds like the only thing you can really foolproof against AI is the human spirit, your authentic self.
I think that's it. That's the only thing that we have that they've not duplicated. By gosh, are they trying?
I know.
They're doing everything they can to try to make these robots sound and look more human.
This is how we do. It's the KVJ Show.